This is another episode of
Straight Out the Pit.
Brought to you by www.southeastpitreport.com.
What is up, everybody? This is Josh.
This is Trenton, and that was not a fade in. That was just like a click and go.
That's a click and go, baby.
Click and go.
There's not really a fade in for this one, man. And it does. You can't do this song justice.
No.
With a fade in. So it just needs. The song just needed to be balls to the wall, like wide open. You're lucky I didn't just like crank it wide open. Like I'm gonna turn it just a little bit louder too.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this is balls to the wall wide open. There's no fade in there.
Yeah, this isn't Josh's normal cup of tea, is it?
I don't know. I can handle it.
You sure you can handle that?
I can handle it.
Okay. All right. I knew you were getting scared when we played Spite that one time.
Yeah, I did have nightmares that day.
They literally had a song called Night Terrors, and I think it's the one we played.
Yeah, that's the one we played, and I screamed like the entire night. My wife was so pissed at you. Yeah, like
That's funny.
You ever seen that Adam Sandler movie where Bedtime Stories, where he makes up this random?
Yeah.
Like, you know how Russell Brand in that movie, like when he was asleep, he would like just start screaming all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing the entire night. So.
But yeah, that is a new band on Artery called Falsifier. And the song is Human Filth off the EP Life and Death. So go check those guys out. Brand new spanking band on Artery.
Brand new,
So.
like literally, you just got the press release for them today, or
Yep,
somebody.
today. Yep.
Today, and what's
today.
what's today's date? I don't even know what today's date is.
Today's date is the 23rd.
The 23rd
So
of
between
May.
the 22nd and the 23rd of May, I got the press release. So for this. So
But yeah, before we get started, I want to apologize to everybody that listened
For what?
to last week's episode.
what did
Well,
we
we
fuck up on?
kept talking about recording the thing live on the GoPro.
Yeah, I see we're doing that now.
We're doing it now, and it works. It's going to work a whole lot better. I didn't have the right type of card in there.
I'm sure no one really cares though.
So, but I'm just saying,
I want you to imitate that guy.
meow. But yeah, so we are streaming it. Not streaming it. We are recording it. So we
Should
will
be
have.
streaming.
We should be streaming, but for some reason my iPad does not have a good signal apparently for Facebook Live. So, but
No streaming.
no streaming for us today. But we are recording it, so we do have a video this
Yes,
time.
we
And
do.
It's not gonna screw up. Hopefully. I say that and I've jinxed the entire thing now.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
What?
I got Gore tickets to CC's.
Really? Did you?
Yep.
Sweet.
After we did that last week, I called them. I cussed them out, and they mailed me a ticket and a CC's coupon.
Sweet. What was it, like $4.99 off of a $5
Free adult beverage with the meal.
free kids meal on a Tuesday night at 7?
No, just an adult beverage with the buffet purchase.
Literally, I sent that to a friend of mine today when it went live, and he was rolling at work listening.
Did you show him the Home Depot one for Tool?
No, I did not. I told him about it though, and he thought that was great. So I'm sure he went back and listened. But because I went in actually on the SoundCloud, and which is where we host our podcast, and actually put a little comment there because I think it starts at like 26 minutes in where we call the CC's Pizza. So I actually have it marked on there. So if people want to skip all the BS we're talking about and go straight to that and then into the interview, then they can just go straight to that.
Nice.
So, but yeah, he thought it was great. I don't think we're going to do it today, though, are we?
No.
No, I didn't think
Unless
so.
you want to call mine, which
No, yours is terrible, but it was funny.
for those who don't know, I made my own. It's not. I haven't pushed it a lot. I just want to do it for fun. It is Planned Parenthood in Greensboro, North Carolina presents the Butcher Babies with Dying Fetus and Aborted.
You're a terrible person. You really are.
So
But I do have one like for Insane Clown Posse at a 7-Eleven that I thought was really funny.
what?
It was Insane Clown Posse at 7-Eleven.
Free Fago
Free
for
Fago.
Free Fago
For
with
all.
ticket purchase.
Oh, by the way, for any of our listeners who may or may not know, me and Trenton got to hang out this past Friday in Charlotte at the Sumerian Records 10-year tour, which I thought was a really solid freaking lineup.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really good. Everybody did great. Shout out to our boys, Exile or Exiles.
Exiles,
Yeah,
yeah.
with an S.
Jose.
Sorry, Jose, I butchered your name, but shout out to those boys for representing the local scene. They did a great job.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Bad Omens. We did an interview with them. So
Yeah.
shout out to Noah and Vincent for sitting down with us.
and
So
I
they
know-
gave me a free shirt, which is weird. I
Yeah.
wanted to go buy a shirt, and they refused to take my money. And they just were happy to do an interview. So.
Hey, and another thing, in case they are listening, thank you again, Hot Taco, for allowing us to sit in your lobby because it was piss pouring rain and not get wet. That was very, very much appreciated, which I have to give it to whoever runs their social media. Like, every time I've tagged them in something, they've liked it, and I'm pretty sure they shared it on Twitter. So, shout out to your social media guy. 'Cause,
Also on Saturday, I was in Columbia for the Whitechapel tour.
I bet that was freaking insane at New Brooklyn.
It was pretty good. Caught up again with Enterprise Earth to talk about the new lineup they have and everything. So they'll be on a later podcast, maybe 3 podcasts out from now. So
I like how we're actually planning things out.
it's just how I'm just doing them as I get them in order. Like today we have Kurt Travis. So that we did that one a couple of weeks ago. Man, I want to say we did that like sometime in April, but yeah, that was Kurt. We got Kurt Travis coming up because like just to put it in perspective, like the one we did last week with Ryan Neff from Miss May I, we did that at the beginning of that Band versus Food tour. That was like the second date or so of that tour, and it went up yesterday, and that tour is already over. So,
Sorry, guys.
so
Listen,
I think it's
things
already over.
happen.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was like right before. Was it right before or right after they got robbed?
it was right after.
Right after? Okay, I couldn't remember.
So.
And
Yeah,
I just listened to
that
it
was the
today.
week before Carolina Rebellion where we did that interview.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So-
Because they were.
Wait, is that tour already over?
I don't know, because they did all. Miss May I played all of those dates for World's Loudest Month. So, and For Today was not on it, but I think We Came as Romans were.
Yeah, it
So-
looked like a long tour, but I thought I saw something the other day that said that the tour was over. So,
World's Loudest Month is coming to an end, though. That kind of sucks.
and
Next year, I hope, because, this year we had somebody at Rebellion, we had somebody at Welcome to Rockville. And so next year, I hope to have somebody at Rebellion, Rockville, Fort Rock, and Rock on the Range. Cover 4 of those.
if we're rolling the money by then, I'll go to all 4.
I'll still send Trevor to Welcome to Rockville. And I'll go to Carolina Rebellion.
Send me the self-help.
Self-help, no.
I want to go to that so bad.
So I had something on my mind.
If I could afford a plane ticket to self-help, I would go put in press for that.
I tell you what.
I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, hey, I want Southeast Pit Report. I want to cover self-help.
Well, I'm not going to drop any names in case she still follows us, but we had a girl that,
I know you're talking about.
that used to live in California or still lives in California, and she was going to cover Not Fest.
It was self-help.
No, it wasn't Self-Help. It was the other one.
That's the only one I know.
Afterburn or
Aftershock?
Aftershock, that's it. Couldn't think of what the name of that thing was, but she and a lot of these festivals too, because to clear the air, a lot of these festivals for people who think that me and Trenton just get to go to these festivals and hang out and drink beer and
This is not our job.
And
Myth
smoke-
number 1. This is not our job.
yeah, myth number 1 is not our job.
We don't get paid to do this.
So-
Number 2, we're not hanging out with bands 24/7
Yeah.
partying.
The only band that I've ever got offered a beer from outside of Brock from 36 Crazy Fizz was the lead singer of Spin Doctors.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah,
don't
it's,
really
it's
care.
it's a '90s band. They played Freedom Weekend Aloft, and I was.
What about Family Ruin? I'm sure I think they offered us some stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about the Family Ruin, but they definitely offered us tea. I remember that.
I have a tea bag somewhere. I don't know.
That's
where
not
it
the
went.
first time Trenton said that either. But yeah, so that's the only band I can think of off the top of my head that's ever been like, hey man, come backstage and hang out with us and things like that. But I was getting ready to shoot Blues Traveler, so yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, number 1, no, we don't get to hang out with bands all the time. We do get to speak with them most of the time and things like that, but we don't get to hang out backstage or hang out on the tour bus, stuff like that. That's
I sometimes go on tour.
we
bus, but
sometimes can. It really depends on the relationship that we have with the band. Like if say Silent Planet was to ever get huge, like be the next Under Oath where they have their own bus and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I'd say Garrett would let us come hang out. There's a few bands that are like that, but the vast majority of the time when me and Trenton or Trevor or Jason or whoever goes to a show, we're running wide open at a show. Like literally, we got to Amos's, or I got to Amos's on Friday, and we got there 20 minutes before Exile started playing,
Yeah.
and like from the moment Exile started playing,
And you never called the guy for the interview either.
well,
I kept telling you all night, call the guy, call the guy.
well, we
call
were
the guy.
texting back and forth, and he was really, really good about answering texts throughout the day. He was really great about it, and then all of a sudden,
Well, that's when they get busy. That's why I call as soon as I get there.
so
I'm like 10 minutes before an interview, I call and say, "Hey, this is so and so. Where do you want me to meet you and when?" And they tell me, and then we do it.
But anyway, so on to other things. Where I was going with that was this particular individual who got approved for Aftershock. She got upset and like chewed me a new one through Facebook Messenger, which is really funny because she was not approved for the main stage. And I was like, hey, listen, this is the first time we've ever covered Aftershock. So that happens. Same way that Trevor didn't get to cover all the main stage for the entire weekend of
Yeah, Rock on the Range or Welcome to Rockville.
Welcome to Rockville. Now, he did pull something cool, which I'm not going to give away our secrets, but he did get to shoot some of the main stage acts at Rockville. I'm not going to give away all of our secrets on how he managed that, but it was legal and it was
Get to the front row.
no, he did clear it through AEG Live. And
Oh.
he got it cleared through AEG Live, which was really cool.
Let me take a break. I want to hear this story.
Yeah, I'll tell you, but I'm not going to give away all of our secrets. But that's the thing, man. A lot of people think that we go to these festivals and we get to hang out with people, or we get to shoot all the acts, or we get to interview whoever, and that's not the case a lot of times. Like like say Rolling Stone was going to be at Welcome to Rockville, and it was us. Well, obviously they're going to give more leeway to Rolling Stone magazine than they would us, because Rolling Stone magazine sells thousands of copies a month and has hundreds of thousand followers and unique visits on their website each month. So obviously they're going to give them more leeway. So yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that, but
I don't know either. That's
I
why
don't
I'm sitting here not saying
so
anything.
I'm just going to shut up now. But
12 minutes in.
12 minutes in,
Let's get the news.
what news?
It's on your screen. Well, somewhere.
Somewhere on my screen. Hey, congrats to Pierceville.
Yeah. Debuted at number 4, selling 54,000 copies, which is up from 27,000 from 2012's Collide with the Sky, which only got 27,000, and that was at number 12. So they doubled their sales, basically.
So yeah, that makes me wonder, like, if 54,000 copies only gets you the number 4 spot, like, what does it take to be number 1?
I'll say this: 2006, Under Oath's Define the Great Line debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, and they sold 96,000 copies.
Golly.
Just to show you how bad CD sales have become.
I wonder.
54,000 was probably like 12 back then.
I wonder how many digital. I wonder if that counts digital copies too.
No, they sold 50,000 traditional copies.
Wow, that really makes you scratch your head there for a minute.
Not really. I mean, it's expected. Doesn't surprise me.
I know. I just look at the way where music's come over like the last 10 years, like from when I was playing in a band, and like none of this digital stuff was around. Like we had Pure Volume and MySpace, but that was it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we had CD Baby, I think, was out, but
They still do it.
yeah, and CD Baby is done very well over the last few years. But like what CD Baby would like make you do, like you had to buy like a certain amount of hard copies from them, and then you could sell them for whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
At that point, like on their online store. So it kind of sucked for unnamed bands who were hustling, trying to make a living.
I mean, you got to buy them regardless. So
Yeah, but now with like digital sales and stuff, like it's stupid cheap to put an album on iTunes and Spotify.
why do it on iTunes? You can put it on Bandcamp for free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can put it on Bandcamp, but you only get like 500 downloads a month for free off of Bandcamp.
Well, I'm not saying for free. I'm talking about instead of going and paying to get iTunes.
Well, that's what I'm
paying
saying,
to put it on
though.
iTunes. If you're going to sell it, put it on Bandcamp and you get all the money. Well,
Well,
Bandcamp takes a small percentage, but you get most of it.
Yeah, you make the majority of the money.
There's
on
no-
Bandcamp.
there's
But
no
what
like-
I'm saying is like even you're not putting it up for free on Bandcamp for 500 downloads, but like you only get 500 downloads a month for that free profile. Like you have to buy more downloads. For example, like if you
Well,
want,
I'm sure if someone can sell like more than 500 downloads a month, I'm sure they can afford to add a few more
I
to it.
know, but I'm just saying
So.
that's how they go with that. But moving on, hey, talk about heavy stuff.
Hey,
Heavy. Summer Slaughter announced their dates.
the most extreme tour of the year. So
It is pretty extreme.
yeah, I'm glad they actually have the names written in text because I could not read them
Yes.
on the flyer at all.
Dear up and coming metal bands, please use a font that we can read.
And not like tree roots
Yeah, and,
or just like a stash of sticks on the ground.
and please do not use Bleeding Cowboy. What was
Eh.
that? What was that post you made the other day?
It wasn't the other day. It was
it
like
was like a month ago or 2
it was,
months
it was
ago.
a
but
few
it was-
it was a few months ago.
But I just thought it was funny, and I thought of you. When,
Yeah.
But no, Summer Slaughter Tour is going to kick off on, July 23rd, and it's going to make its run through almost the end of August to our date in Atlanta on August the 21st.
Yeah, and Wilmington's before that, so
But then we've also got at the Ram's Head, so Terry can be at the Ram's Head first thing of the tour. So, but yeah, you got Cannibal Corpse, you got Nile, you got After the Burial, who we just saw this past weekend.
yep. And I see
Which I thought they were really freaking good.
They
That's the
were,
first time
yeah.
I ever saw them live.
same, yeah.
And I thought
Guitarist, his name is Trent.
really
Yeah, I met him afterwards because
fun fact.
I helped load out their gear, and when I was carrying their guitars, I was like, I feel their skill through me. I feel like I could just play this so perfect right now.
Backtracking just a little bit. Who was your favorite band Friday night?
Bad Omens.
Bad Omens.
From a genre standpoint.
Yeah.
From a technical standpoint, After the Burial, of course, but like just from a genre preference, who I would listen to out of all those bands would probably be Bad Omens.
Bad Omens was genre preference. Technical, I'm with you on After the Burial. Show wise, Born of Osiris. Like who put on the best show? I think they did.
I don't know. Bad Omens was pretty energetic.
They were very energetic, but I just
Well,
think,
that's because they had their light rig.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
after,
their
Upon a
lights-
Burning Body had the same thing. They had a lot of light rigs and stuff, but
no, they didn't. They played in the dark for the
Well,
first
they-
3 songs.
well, they had,
every
like-
time I freaking shot Upon a Burning Body, it's been in the dark.
no, he was pissed. He came back. The bigger guy that was shooting with you during one of the breaks, Danny, their vocalist came over because I was standing side stage for it, and he's like, "Were you just up front?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Could you see anything?" He goes, "No, man. There's no lights on you." You showed him like pictures on his camera, and he like kind of like shook his head, went back to the stage.
Yeah, every time I've ever
He pointed to the lights in front of him. He's like, "Why are they using these lights over here?"
every time I've ever shot Upon a Burning Body, they've played in the dark. Every time.
Well, what I'm saying is they had their lights in the back. They had
Yeah.
like different colors. They had their fog machine and
Which
all
really
that,
made me
so-
mad because they had the fog machine that was like what all the bands are using now. Which theirs was fog. A lot of bands use CO2, but it shot straight up in the air. And because it was so freaking dark, I couldn't get a good shot of that, which really sucked. So After the Burial was my favorite technical band. Show-wise, Born of Osiris, but genre, because I've listened to them.
Born of Osiris just wasn't that. I mean, they were just more entertaining. Like it just looked like a normal metalcore show. Like I mean,
I think it was their keyboardist / vocalist. I think he's what done it for me. He had a lot more energy than.
no, what did it for me was their bass player, the guy with the dreads, playing
Yeah.
like the necklace guitar, or not,
headless.
headless guitar, or whatever. He was or bass. He was just like stomping around like a. He looked like
That
a
was-
caveman up there, just like.
By the way,
he,
that was my-
he is who I watched the whole time.
By the way, that was my favorite point of the night. Was when you leaned over and you went, "How do you play a bass with no tuning knobs?" It was
Oh,
great.
Yeah, like I've never seen that before.
I'd never seen people play that live until I saw Slipknot last year.
Oh,
That was the first time I'd seen like similar style guitars, and I kind of had a general idea from being a guitar player, like how that worked. But that was the first time I'd ever seen one live because Slipknot's bassist has one of those.
Yeah.
which was really cool.
yeah. So he was my favorite. The bassist for Born of Osiris was. Yay!
Wow.
So yeah, the bassist for Born of Osiris is my favorite person to watch out of the whole slew out of that band. But overall, like Bad Omens, I think were
Yeah,
my
Bad
favorite.
Omens, like they're
It goes like this. I enjoyed watching from a stage presence standpoint. Bad Omens, After the Burial, Upon a Burning Body, Era. This is stage performance, and Born of Osiris.
and for anybody who's listening who may or may not know already, because I've only shared it a couple of times on Facebook, we do have a live drum cam from the show for Alex from Era.
Yeah.
So go check that out. Which actually did very well. I wish I could have mounted it to the front of the camera. And I was
drums?
Yeah, to the front of the drums. My bad. It's been a long day, man. Screw you, Microsoft and Windows 10. Making my day so long. But I wish I could have mounted it to the front of the drums, but I couldn't get a good angle. But I don't know if you've watched it yet, but it doesn't have a lot of the background noise that I thought it was going to have. I thought it was going to have that roar sound like when you film stuff live. But now all you can hear is his drums. It's great. And it's just like he was in this room like drumming and we were filming it.
Yeah, but coming back to the Slumber Slaughter, shout out to we saw it to the Burial Friday, but I see Brad Paris, bassist for Nile, like almost every week at our local venue, Ground Zero. He comes out, hangs out at local shows. So just throwing him some love, throwing them some love and everything. So come out, hang out with Cannibal Corpse, Nile, After the Burial, Suffocation, Carnifex, and a bunch of others.
Let's see if you know this fun Cannibal Corpse trivia.
Jim Carrey's favorite band.
Dang.
Let's go to the next story.
Dang, you're good. All right, moving on.
That's not a secret.
Dang, that is. What movie were they in, Trenton?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Ace Ventura. God. So, you heard us talk about this. I don't know. It's a few months ago. I don't remember exactly what episode it was, but the band 100 Sons have finally released a new clip. And 100 Sons is ex-guitarist of, man, I'm totally...
I don't think this is a clip. I think it's a full song.
Yeah, it's a full song, but it's finally something new. Let me get this playing before I try to look on something else.
Basically, Every Time I Die's members, some members from Norma Jean, and ex-guitarist of Dead and Divine got together and made this band. So, and that's what we're listening to. They put out their new single, so it's just like a mashup of awesome bands doing an awesome band. And this is the song Fractional.
Turn it up just a little bit.
Turn that up.
I'm really excited for this. Is there a date when this is coming out?
No, it's just a song.
But yeah, that's Fractional by 100 Sons, which will be coming out. The album, I'm assuming, will be out later this year.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I hope
Hopefully
so.
they're not going to pull a Pierce the Veil and release this 2 years later. But
Nah, that was Corey from Norma Jean on vocals, ex Norma Jean's drummer, and ex Dead Divine guitarist, all on that.
So what's going to happen to Norma Jean?
They're gonna put out a new album this year.
Hopefully.
No, they are.
Hopefully. We need to get Corey on the show. Let him talk about 100 Sons and Norma Jean. So, what else we got, Trenton?
I think that's
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Is that it? Is that all the music news we've got?
That's all the stuff I know about.
That's all the stuff I care about.
I mean, I'm sure there's some more stuff going on out there. Oh, what's his face? Megadeth's dude.
Yeah. Their former drummer passed away this week.
Yeah, he was 51 years old.
51 years old. And from what I've gathered, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but from what I've gathered, it was from a heart attack on stage.
Yeah, he's like playing with his. I forgot the name of the band. I remember reading the press release on it, but I forgot the name of the band he was playing with. But he had his own little rock band, and he played. He died right there on the spot. So
There we go. Nick Menez, I think is how you pronounce that, died at 51. So thoughts go out to Megadeth.
OHM. That was his band.
Thoughts go out to Megadeth and OHM and Nick's family, because it sucks when we lose one. Even though it may not be our genre,
He was old.
he was still a rock and roller.
He was old. That's why I get bummed when people like this die. I'm like,
He was 51. That's not that old.
that's when your body starts going to shit. Between like 50 on up is when like you start getting more and more issues. Like I don't consider anybody in their 50s young.
You will when you hit 30, because your 50 is not that far away.
No, I mean 30.
I still got 21 more years, but hey. But you got a sound check for me this week?
Nope.
Something happier? You don't have a sound check again this week?
I have one, but I want to do them a favor and wait till we have the right one for them. So,
like a month ago, you were like, "Hey, I've got like 8 or 9 sound
and
checks."
we used them all.
We've only recorded like 4 episodes since then.
I never said we had 8 or 9. I said we had a few, and we used them all.
God.
I mean, I have one, but I'm using it for the right time. So, saving it for the right time.
Dang, we should have talked to Exiles this weekend then and plugged them on the show.
I mean, we can always do that. They're a local band. We can get them anytime.
This
Ain't
is
that
true.
hard.
This is true. Fine then. Who's our guest this week?
Our guest is Kurt Travis. He, some people know the name, some people don't, but he used to sing in a band called Dance Gavin Dance, and then after that, he went on to sing in a band called A Lot Like Birds, and now he's a solo artist. I caught up with him on his tour with Tilly Pearson, who is now the Dance Gavin Dance singer, and another former Dance Gavin Dance member, Johnny Craig, who is the vocalist of Slaves, which I'm gonna plug this. They are not breaking up. That came out this week as well, but yeah, so. Kurt Travis, he was on a solo tour with Johnny Craig and Tillian Pearson, and we got to catch up with him. So here he is.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. So what kind of taco did you get, by the way?
What kind of taco?
Yeah. First question.
I went to Torchy's Tacos,
Uh huh.
and I got the brush fire. And I got Crossroads, and then I got the Wrangler.
Oh, I don't think we have any of those. We're over here in South Carolina. I don't think we have any of those places here. So.
Yeah, it's a good restaurant. It's called Torchy's Tacos. I think it's only in Texas though, because I haven't seen it in California.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, we got this one little place here in Spartanburg called Willie Taco. It's kind of like a bar taco place or whatever. It's kind of like a hole in the wall hipster type taco joint. It's pretty tight. So, but
that's awesome.
yeah, just real quick, just introduce yourself and what exactly it is that you do to people who may be new to your music and everything.
Okay, well, my name is Kurt Travis, and I've played in a bunch of bands. Probably the most popular one would be Dance Gavin Dance. I also played in a band called A Lot Like Birds. But now I'm not in either of those bands, and I am just doing the solo thing. I'm kind of doing a singer-songwriter sort of thing right now, currently. Yeah.
Awesome. So just your background and stuff, like growing up and stuff, who are some of your influences with your music, and who was, I guess, an inspiration to get you to start singing and playing music and all that?
Yeah, well, I kind of grew up around music. I had a musical family, and we would always go camping and sing songs around the fire and whatnot. So I think I got some influence from that. Also from going to church, playing, worship songs and whatnot. My parents were very religious, so that was fun for me to be able to play songs with a band and play guitar and sing. And back then they had like sheet music of not necessarily things written out, but it would have like basically the letters. So like it would have like a G, like right above a certain word.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that really helped me because I was a kid and all the worship leaders had these sheets of music, and so I would learn all of them, and I'd find a chord that I normally wouldn't play, and
Okay.
kind of progressed from there.
When did you?
So early influences. Yeah,
So
I
like,
would have to say that, and then also my grandmother, she encouraged me to be a part of a musical when I was about, I want to say, 10 years old. Yeah.
okay.
And so you really had to project in the old theater. There wasn't any microphones. It was a pretty big theater that we would perform in. So that really kind of taught me to project my voice.
Fast forward to like, I guess the whole Dance Gavin Dance thing, and then a lot like Birds and stuff. Not really getting into the whole like dirty drama, but I guess like fast forward, like what got you into going from like playing in church bands and stuff to like that kind of music, the I guess underground scene kind of music and all that.
Yeah, well, the first thing that I kind of got involved in my adolescent years was, sorry, got distracted, was, in my early years, wow, where was I going with this? I can't remember. Can you tell me the question again?
Just like, going from like worship bands to, like you said, you play in Dance Gavin Dance and stuff like that. Like, how did you get from, I guess, the churchy style of music into like the more underground scene-y type style and stuff?
I remember. So I started playing at this coffee shop in my adolescent years, and the first band that I became a part of was called 5 Minute Ride, and they saw me play at the coffee shop, and we kind of collaborated, after that. And I would say that would be the first time I started playing more of kind of a scene-y sort of thing. They were kind of a pop-punk band at the time, but the drummer in that band, his name is Matthew Tucker. He also goes by Matt Alvarado. But so I started going to an open mic night. It's called the Placerville Coffee House. And, the band that I started playing with as my first band, they were called 5 Minute Ride, and they didn't have a singer yet, but they found me there. And a couple of them actually went to the same high school as me, called Ponderosa High School. Yeah. Then Matt Alvarado kind of introduced me to some bands, and he was like, "Hey, what if you sang like this?" And just basically me and him, just bouncing bands back and forth and just trying stuff out. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it all.
Okay, awesome. Like right now you're on this tour with Tillian and Johnny Craig, who have all been in Dance Gavin Dance as well as other projects and stuff. Y'all all doing a solo run right now. So, what's it like, on this tour being with like, I guess, on tour with two other dudes who've been in the same band that you've played in at one point?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of history together. Tillian being in Tides of Man, I toured with Tillian when I was in Dance Gavin Dance, so Tillian and I know each other very well. Kind of same thing goes with Johnny. When we first started playing, when I first started playing in 5 Minute Ride, Dance Gavin Dance would play with 5 Minute Ride. So Johnny and I would hang out as early as I think maybe like 20 to 21, and so that was like like 12 years ago or something like that. But yeah, we all have a long history together, and I think we all realize that this common ground of us and the musical projects that we've done. We've just all been really close. Matt Mingus is on this tour as well. He's playing drums for Killian. So I know him very well. Travis Wade is doing sound for all of us, and he's a good friend of ours as well. So, yeah, the whole tour experience this time around is really awesome. There's a lot of friends on this tour, a lot of familiar faces, and I think everybody's just really happy to be here. So
Yeah, how the fans responded with from I guess when the first tour is first announced and stuff, because it is a solid lineup of guys who have all three of you guys have just been killing it in the band world, in your full bands and stuff, and so now you guys are out there doing solo stuff, So I bet that all the fans are excited when it was announced, and what has been their reactions and stuff every night so far?
The kids have been freaking awesome. Like, it's only been 3 or 4 shows, but kids have been super awesome, and I can assume that all these shows are going to be rad because I've toured a lot as a solo artist, so my fans are coming out. Donnie's toured a lot as a solo artist, so his fans are coming out, and same with Killian. Killian just put out a brand new record, and he's been recently touring as a solo artist. So the response has been really good, and I couldn't be more happy with it.
Yeah. So with this tour, doing solo stuff, are you looking to do more band stuff, or are you just strictly sticking to singer-songwriter even after this tour and everything?
I don't really know. I think it's safe to say that I will definitely be collaborating with artists that I love to play music with. Some of them people may know, some may not. Yeah, I think music is supposed to be organic, and the process of finding musicians or playing with musicians should also be an organic feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely, when I write and when I play and when I, play stuff with other people, I try to let it be as organic as possible.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I will say that as far as the collaborations go and everything, this is like a throwback to like 2009 or so. I know you probably weren't involved in this project, but I believe Johnny was. But I think it'd be really great to see another thing like Isles and Glaciers come together. Maybe not that, but something like that where it's like all these dudes are just killing it in different bands and stuff, just collaborating on one EP or something. I think that's something that'd be really awesome to see.
Yeah, I'm always down to collaborate with talented musicians, and there's definitely a plethora of those. So, yeah, I'm always down to do something like that. Right now, I'm just focusing on the solo stuff. I have a record label that I'm pushing pretty hard these days. That's kind of where
you run a record label now too?
Yes.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. What's the record label you run and everything?
It's called Esque Records. It's spelled ESQUE Records, and we have about 5 artists, I want to say.
Okay.
And it's been great. Just slanging merch and supporting the music that I like to listen to.
Yeah.
A lot of the bands that I signed are friends of mine, and I'm just fans of their creativity.
Yeah. So what's it like being on the other side of it, though? Being, I guess, a quote unquote a suit now instead of an artist. Well, obviously you're still an artist, but like with your label and stuff, like technically you're the quote unquote suit and the thing. So what's it like being in that role versus just being an artist on a label?
Well, I think I have a good perspective on both roles. I've been around it a lot. I've been around a lot of managers in the music industry and, lots of label presidents and whatnot. Dan Sanshoff from Equal Vision He's so cool. He's such a down to earth guy, and I think for me, running a label has been easier than harder because of the incredible amount of influence, positive influence throughout the years, and so I definitely took my time getting into the selling of other people's records and starting a record label. I definitely held off on that until I felt like I was mature enough to take it on, so to speak.
Yeah.
My wife, she does a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for Esk Records as well, and I could not do it without her. So that's another big factor to why things work.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I have here like on Spotify. Looks like your most recent thing is a split with Paul Travis and everything. So,
Yeah.
is that the most recent EP thing you have out now, or you got some more stuff coming pretty soon?
Yeah, that's the most recent thing. I did a split with Paul, and he's also on Esk Records. And I just really wanted to push his music. He's coming out with a full length as well, fairly soon. And I'm always continually working on solo songs. I write them when they come to me. So I try not to rush anything until I have about 90% done of the record. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So obviously Spotify is one place. For people wanting to listen to your music or buy it and stuff, like where can they find it at?
They can find it anywhere online, virtually anywhere. You can go to iTunes. You can listen to it on Spotify, Pandora, pretty much everywhere, like Amazon Play or is it Google Play? Amazon Live? I don't know. All of those platforms. You can also go to our website for physical copies, www.eskrecords.com /store, or if you just go to the main website, there will be a header for you just click store and you're there. And we sell physical copies, tapes, CDs, T-shirts, sweatshirts, even koozies, little beer koozies. But yeah, we try and keep that fairly stocked. And it's pretty much, the big source of where we do our business is through that website.
All right.
Also, you can come to any of the shows. I have a full catalog of stuff at my shows for Esk merch.
Okay.
So I have In Angles. I have other bands. I have In Angles. I have, Paul Travis, and I got Rome Hero Foxes. Those guys, to name a few.
Okay, awesome. So I got a few fun ones here, and I'll let you go and everything. Being on the road in different bands and stuff, what has been, I guess, the most unique or random fan signing or interaction you've had, I guess? Like, item you've signed or interaction you've had with a fan. What's been, like, the most unique or random?
I don't know. You tour so many times, and you things start to lose its pizzazz. But I love playing for my fans more than anything. The people that appreciate my music, I appreciate them just as much. And the highlight and the sole reason of why I do this is to keep it going for them and to make music for them. So,
all right.
I guess that would be the highlight of every tour for me. Sorry, that's cheesy, but
No, it's all good. You said you were married, so I'll leave out the whole dating part of this question. This has become like a question bands love and stuff. If you could hang out with Taylor Swift and be best buds with her for a little bit, and she ended up writing a song about you personally, what do you think it would be called, and what would it be about?
Oh man, why Taylor Swift?
Well, I started this question on Warped Tour last year because I wanted, just like a new random question and stuff. And so I was thinking before Warped Tour, I was like, Taylor Swift writes songs about everybody, you know, like whether they're good or bad. If you know Taylor Swift, she writes a song about you. So I started asking bands, you know, if they
Huh.
could date her, marry her, hang out with her, you know, and she wrote a song about
Right.
them, like what would it be called and what would it be about and stuff.
Well, Taylor Swift is not my favorite artist at all. And I don't really know anything about her because I can't really stand her music at all. I'm really sorry. I love country, actually. Like, Thomas Rhett he's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish she would have stuck to her country roots, actually. Yeah, I could do a whole interview about how I dislike everything about her. But I guess my song would be from her is "Why Do You Hate Me So Much." That's what it would be called.
All right.
It would be Kurt Travis, "Why Do You Hate Me So Much?" And I would tell her, but it would be rude for me to say it in an interview.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that she's not my favorite.
You got to admit though, she was pretty punk rock of her though to kind of like stick the finger to those companies and stuff.
You cannot say Taylor Swift and punk rock in the same sentence. There's nothing punk rock about Taylor
Well, she basically
Swift.
stuck it to the
I'm
corporations about not paying indie artists for streaming their music and everything. That's what I was getting at.
But Mommy and Daddy had a real big to do with her success.
And I got you.
I hate to talk shit or anything, but you know, I'm not gonna praise her for her adversity. You know, she's a white, skinny, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl that writes very, very like primitive songs. Like, pretty easy to be a hot chick singing pop. You know, like how about a cross-dressing band? Like what's that band called? Gloss? Have you heard of that band?
I don't think so.
It's this punk rock band. That is getting hella shit on. Well, not hella shit on, but it was kind of a controversy a while ago. But anyways, I think there's a lot more adversity in music than people think.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift, I can't really feel sorry for her when she probably has her own jet to go from show to show. And I'm sleeping on the floor at night. Like, I'm crashing at buddies' houses and drinking beers and crashing on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'll probably do that till the day I die because I don't really care.
Okay. Well,
But,
speaking of adversity, this is kind of this kind of brought up a little serious question. You guys are playing North Carolina and stuff on this tour, and as you know, a lot of bigger names have boycotted North Carolina because of the HB2 bill going on there and stuff. So, do you feel it's important for artists to continue to play there, or do you think it's important for them to like kind of like stand up and say we're not playing there?
Well, it's really tough because everybody blames the bands, and we don't book our own shows. We have booking agents that book our own shows. And if we don't draw in a certain area, the booking agent does not book us in that area. So it's not really up to us at all. We would love to play in North Carolina. I would love to play in Timbuktu. I really don't care.
Oh,
you know?
no, I think you misheard the question. Like, y'all are playing North Carolina. I believe it's Chapel Hill, but with that the bill that was passed there with the whole bathroom bill or whatever that's been going on, like a lot of big name artists have canceled their shows there and stuff. And so I was asking if you think that's a good move for artists to pull out or stay there and stand up for what they believe in and stuff.
No, I think if you have an opinion, that you have a stage to say something. And I think if you don't play a certain show because you believe strongly about something, okay, I played in Indianapolis, and there was a bill there that passed that basically said you could refuse service to anybody who is gay.
Yeah.
And it quickly got overturned, but the whole city was up in arms about it, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And I remember A Lot Like Birds we all put on dresses. We bought dresses at a thrift store, and we played in dresses and makeup, and we didn't say anything.
That is awesome.
We just did it.
That is awesome.
We didn't say, hey man, this is why we're dressed because we think this shit is fucked up. Like, I never want to do that. You know what I mean? Silent protest is way better than anything. If you can lead by your example, then that's the best way to do things. And I don't think you should cancel a show because some guy in a suit, passed a stupid bill. Those kids didn't pass that bill that you're playing for. And if they are, I mean, shit. Like, you're not going to agree with every single person on this earth. Like,
yeah.
Just play your songs and enjoy yourself. And don't worry about that shit. And if you want to say something, you have a stage to do it. So I think, no, absolutely not. I think you should play the show regardless.
Okay.
I mean, I would play in Nazi Germany. You know what I mean? I don't believe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I completely don't agree with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
If we were in the 1940s and I had a gig to play and it was in Germany, like, I would do it. You know what I mean? Like, but I get people. I get why they would do that. That's just not me.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
I think music and politics I've never put two and two together because I think it's good for other people to do it, but it's not my thing.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, is there anything like is there anything else you want to say to your fans real quick before we let you go here?
I don't know. Stay in school, be good, don't get in trouble.
Come to a show.
Come to a show, play a show, play music, don't get in trouble.
All right, man. Well,
go to eskrecords.com.
All right, man.
Go to eskrecords.com. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, man. It's great talking to you, and thanks for doing this with us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
You too. Thank you so much. All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
And we are back from our interview with Kurt Travis. And now it's time to get into the releases of the week.
Stuff that came out.
Yes. Came out like Josh out of this closet in here.
Not yet. Shh. It's a secret.
Well, you got a little gay flair going on today. You got your little gold necklace and nice little
gold on that.
Nice little green shirt. Your little flip flops and your short shorts.
My Ninja Turtle shirt, baby.
But
that's right.
Yeah, this is Until We Are Ghosts, Song Deceiver.
They are
oh my God, this song is
stranger to our
amazing.
show or to our site, should I say? We spoke with them. God, how long ago?
A year and a half ago, basically.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah.
But this song is hard. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's on In Vogue Records.
It came out this week, so make sure you pick it up. Go back to our interview section. Check out our interview that we did with them
On that In Vogue tour.
On the In Vogue tour. That's how we got hooked up with a lot of the In Vogue bands, man.
Yeah, we did a lot of them that day.
In Vogue is such a solid label right now. Like, there's so many great bands on there. It really blows my mind that some people...
Yeah, it's so sick right there. I like that. I've not heard the song yet, so...
What's really funny is that all these guys, like, they literally just released this song, or this video, should I say, like an hour
No, they
ago.
will release it earlier this week.
Yes. At the time of this recording, it was literally right before we started recording.
Yeah.
So...
But no, this video is great. It's called Detach Me From You, and so go pick that up. Go check it out, In Vogue Records. So...
I kind of don't want to turn it off. But
I know.
I have to.
Go pick that up.
Go pick that up. Jam it. Mosh it.
Cry to it.
Cry to it.
I bet it's going to have some sad songs on it.
Let your grandma listen to it.
You know who's coming around here that I want to see?
Who's coming around here that you want to see?
The Ongoing Concept.
Yes. Did we ever figure out where that show was?
The other side of Greensboro.
Wow, that sucks.
It's like 2 hours and...
And it's on like a Wednesday,
It's like
too.
2 hours and 40-something minutes from here.
sounds like a Wednesday too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like during the middle of the week.
It's a
And I looked up
freaking
the,
day.
the distance to Atlanta and stuff, and it's like closer to Atlanta. So I'm like, I'm considering it. Hotel Books is on that show too. Another En Vogue band.
Yep, another En Vogue band. That'd be a good solid tour, a good solid interview.
Local band Remembrance is opening that show. So
Atlanta or Greensboro? Or
Greensboro.
whatever that
Greensboro,
town
the
is.
Greensboro one.
We'll call it Greensboro because it's close enough to Greensboro.
Yeah, and McAdenville is the name of the town, but
McAdenville?
something like that.
McAdenville's on like...
No, I looked up earlier. It's on the other side of Greensboro, like
Okay.
going towards Durham and all that.
Okay, I was about to say because McAdenville is
You're thinking McAdensville.
maybe McCavinsville. It's where they do all the Christmas
Yeah,
lights.
yeah.
I do know that.
It's not there. It's on the other side of Greensboro.
Gotcha. Because I was about to say, if that's the case, we're freaking going.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it's like 40 minutes up the road.
Yeah, for sure.
But
There's another show going on there too. Like I think it's like this week or next. It's like Artifacts Piero and XXI.
nice.
I'm so tempted, but anyways,
It's really hard to make those long shows like that in the middle of the week because we do
Yeah.
work day jobs. So.
yeah.
But
Moving on. Fearless Records band Real Friends has a new album out, and this song's called McKenna.
Slow jam.
It's not. It won't stay slow.
I know. Makes me want. Right now, it just makes me want to sit in my room and cry.
It's funny you say that because this album is called The Home Inside My Head. So it's a good reminisce. I listened to it earlier actually before I came over here. It was like it's a good reminiscing song. So that's what I like about their songs. It's very vivid. It's like real. It's like you can put yourself there in the situation wherever he's talking about and just be there.
I'm waiting on it to get heavy or get fast or bad word. I'm trying to like think of who this reminds me of.
Real Friends, because no one
Yeah.
else sounds like them.
I'm talking like early like emo bands.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You may crucify me for this, but it almost has like a Rocky Dashboard confessional feel to it.
I don't know why I would get offended by that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't say offended, but like crucify me saying that this doesn't sound like Dashboard. But you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of has that
I know what you're talking about.
Rocky Dashboard feel to it.
I know what you're talking about. You don't have to explain. You don't have to go into detail. Like when you said early 2000s emo, I'm like at the drive-in,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, they have one of their older EPs. They have a song. It's like I got this lyrics to say I got this lonely night in Jimmy Eat World.
Nice.
So
So, are we gonna let this play out, or are we just gonna move on?
we can move on to the big one, the one
The
I'm looking
big
forward
one.
to more.
The most.
The one I'm looking forward to the most. This song is called Downfall, and it comes from a band from the UK, and they are phenomenal.
Who
If
is
you
this?
don't know who this
thing?
is-
There's a lot of bands in the UK.
If you don't know who this is, then you should, because I'm gonna see what their album's called real quick, because I know I should.
You should know that.
I know.
It's called Downfall.
That's the name of the single.
But it's also, it says an album right there too. But oh my goodness, how many commercials need to be here?
I'm editing that out.
Please do.
All our gods have abandoned us. Is the
That's right.
album.
We talked about this.
You know that artwork for this, it looks like the Japanese live album Under Earth release. No. But yeah, this song's called Downfall by Architects.
I already like it. I know what album you're talking about, Finn.
I'm trying to find a picture of the Under Earth one.
I know what album you're talking about.
But I've been stoked for this. This was my 2012 2014 album of the year. Not this actual album, but this band, the one they put out.
He's had it since then.
No.
He leaked the
But
leak.
their 2014 record was my album of the year that year. That's the year. I forgot who was my top 3. I know Islander. Oh, it was Architects, Islander, and Of Mice and Men. I think were my top 3 that year. So, but
The year is finally picking up for album releases. Like,
but
so
there's only two. There's only a handful a week though. Like last week it was Issues and Seosin. This week it's basically Real Friends and Architects and Until We Are Ghosts.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this entire year, there's only been like one solid release, or like
No.
Well, I'm saying one
we
solid
have
release a
Asking
week is what I mean.
Alexandria, We have Hands Like Houses. We have The Word Alive. We have Like Pacific. I mean, we've had
What I'm saying
From
is like
Ashes to New.
one like release a week has been solid, or maybe like two
No,
this
early
two
on
this
it was
week,
pretty good.
2 this week. Not really any, especially in January. January was terrible.
Yeah, well, I expect January and December to be the horrible months because it's the first of the year. But let's see if we can run down the list of records that have come out this year so far. Like in April, we had In Dying Arms, Somerset, Sunrise Skater Kids, Deftones, Era, Rarity, Darkness Divida, Fallujah, Abandoned by Bears. And that was
When's Beartooth come out? 'Cause I see that.
June 3rd. Beartooth
So-
comes out June 3rd. But
So next week? Isn't that next week?
no, shoot, I don't know. It might
I
be
want
next
to
week.
say that's next week. So.
No, but like, I mean, we've had a lot of.
Yeah, there's been good releases this year, but what I'm saying is like, there's not been like a solid week where like 4 albums have dropped in a week, and it's like been holy crap. There's
That doesn't happen anymore. That doesn't happen anymore. Like you don't have. I mean, last year, I think I'd buy like 2. There was a time where I bought North Flames, and then I bought. Who was it? I forgot who it was. I forgot who else I bought that day. But there's like 2 or 3 of them that came out the day, and I bought them all. So, I think the rest of the year is gonna be great too.
Yeah, no, the rest of the year is gonna be solid.
But like I told somebody else, you gotta wait till Warped Tour.
Yeah, and a lot of the bands that we cover and we talk to that are in our scene, that's what they do. They play Warped Tour and they tour during the summer, so they're gonna release an album like right before Warped Tour, right before their summer tour and stuff like that. So this album is like ridiculous.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this to come out. Now I need it.
That's what you
I
said?
need it. But yeah, let's just run down what we have the rest of the year coming out. Like in June, we got Gates, Framing Hanley, Beartooth, Hell Yeah, Hotel Bugs, Let Live, Saliva, I Am King, Follow My Lead,
I find it really funny that
1,000 Foot
Saliva's in it.
Crutch, Hail the Sun, Unlocking the Truth, Icy Stars, Trash Boat, Whitechapel, The Browning, and Trapped. That's for June.
Have you listened to the song for the Browning yet?
Not yet.
Oh, it's insane. It's going to be so freaking good.
And July, let's see who do we have. We got Crown the Empire, Blink-182, Silent Planet, Chelsea Grin. That's all in 1 week.
Nice. Good.
Vanna, Amorosa, Frameworks, Nonpoint, Invent Animates all in 1 week. Keen Hill, Good Charlotte, Need to Breathe is the next week. And then Forevermore, Reliant K, Periphery, Capsize is all in 1 week. August, Skillet's putting a new album out this year?
I'm not even going to mention
I did not even know that.
Yeah,
It's called Unleashed. This is new. Do they have a song out yet?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh my
you
god,
wanna
let's do
listen to
this.
it?
Let's do this. This is new. I did not know that. I did
Let's see
not
if-
know Skillet was putting out a new album
Let's
this
see,
year.
let's see if
I
they,
guess that shows how irrelevant they are now.
let's see if they put it on Spotify yet.
Oh my god, I'm excited for this. Feeling
Yeah.
Invincible? Wait, who's that as the cover?
That is John Cooper with, I don't know.
Okay, let's jam this before we get out of here. This podcast is short. We're 39 minutes
Listen,
in.
this is what drives me nuts. Like he like tries to rap that at the beginning. I was like, what? When I first heard it and I heard that little intro there,
Sounds like they're trying to go to Radio Rock.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to be more Radio Rock friendly and get plays on that.
Jen Ledger can still get it though.
Yes, no. Yeah, this was released like
Yeah, it's simple, basic radio rock.
yeah, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about the Christian music scene last week. With,
That's all the Christian rock bands are
Yeah.
now, is just synthy stuff. Like Nine Lashes is horrible now. 1,000 Foot Crutch is horrible now. Like
don't get me wrong. If I was 15, 16, 17 years old, I'd jam this in my car. Don't get
I
me
wouldn't.
But I'm not impressed with this single.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna be a winter jam next year, and all the kids are gonna be jumping up and down to the song.
Yep. Sadly, I do hear this on our local rock radio station.
This song is on.
No, I'm saying I could hear it.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it will be. A skillet. Yeah, I don't like that artwork.
I don't either. I'm hoping that's not the album art. I'm hoping that's just something that is on that.
What do they do to themselves?
I don't know. But they're making a lot of money doing whatever they're doing. So
You know what? I think the Newsboys influenced them a little bit. 'Cause if you go listen to their new stuff, it's just like this.
yeah.
Like
Is it bad that I would rather listen to the Newsboys than Skillet?
Depends on what skeleton and what version of Newsboys.
I'm talking modern day, both of those. I would rather listen to Newsboys.
No, because Skillet still doesn't have the cheesy lyrics like Newsboys does.
I don't know. It's getting there.
Not really. I don't hear any cheesy youth group stuff in the song at all. So
Are we really going to sit here and play this for the next?
I mean, that guitar solo is not that bad.
Yeah, the guitar solo was really good.
I mean, I haven't heard it yet, so we can just. I mean, like I said, before putting the interview in, guys, we're at like 42 minutes, and so like this is still basically news segment for us.
Hey, I didn't ramble on. I did good. I
Yeah,
did good this week.
so we can ramble a little bit here.
Yeah. Hey, so since we're gonna ramble here for the last little bit,
Patreon,
Patreon,
bitches.
baby.
The Shitcast Patreon.
That's right. So please visit our Patreon and support us. Keep
Or
it
don't support us.
or don't support
like
us.
like you're not. Continue not support us.
Yeah.
That feels like people will listen.
If you really want to be a rebel, then go support us because right now
I hate that word. I hate that word. I hate fan base names. I hate the Carolina Rebellion fan page that says, "What's up, rebels?" Like,
well, that's what they've always
No.
been called for the last 5 years.
no, I hate it. Why is it got to be referred to like as rebels? Like the whole redneck Confederate flag
Because
stuff.
it's Carolina Rebellion.
Yeah, but it's not like you can be like, "What's up, guys?"
Well, also too,
Because then you feed into their ego, like, "Hell yeah, I'm a rebel, drinking this Bud Light, flying my flag, and listening to Five Finger Death Punch
okay. So,
at the Charlotte Motor Speedway."
so should they not call Rock on the Range
Rangers? No,
Rangers because they're not Army Rangers or they're not
no,
Ranger Rick?
it sounds stupid. Like Rangers, what's up, Rangers?
It's all
I,
marketing.
I
man.
hate fan base names. It's so annoying.
It's all marketing, man, and it works great.
no, like
Yes.
I wish.
Go study your basic marketing.
Like Say It Was Sin Thursday, Taking Back Sunday, Under Oath. They don't have fan base names at all.
Skillet does.
Panheads.
They're called panheads,
And it's stupid.
which that's been around for years.
Yeah, that's been around forever, but I hate the whole "What's up, rebels?" No, like just be like, "What's up, guys? What's up, girls? Yo, what's up?"
It's marketing, man, and it works.
But people get too hyped for it, like, "Yeah,
What-
I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. That's me."
Dude, Carolina Rebellion sold 80,000 tickets every day for all 3 days this
90,000 this year total.
year. So
90,000 people went total. That was a good festival. Well, I'd go see the good bands, like Miss May I, or Bring Me the Horizon, or Day to Remember.
I wouldn't call Bring Me the Horizon a good band, but okay.
Okay, yeah, they're a great band.
If Avatar was playing at the
Could
exact
you-
same time as Bring Me the Horizon,
That's
I would
because you
go
have
see
issues.
Avatar.
Because you have issues. But Issues was at Rock on the Range,
Yes.
and they played 2 new songs for the first time.
Nice.
So, but
That being said, visit our Patreon, add us on Facebook, facebook.com/Southeast Pit Report.
and if you want to be
Pitters.
a good band
I'm pretty sure you
And
broke
the-
my mic.
in the music industry, Do not give your fan base names. It's even worse if you're a local band and you have a fan base name.
Our fans, our followers are officially called
Don't.
Pitters.
Oh God,
Pitters.
no, they are not. You guys are
Yes.
not Pitters.
Yes, you're Pitters. What's
No.
up, Pitters?
Oh fuck. No,
What's
this
up?
will not happen.
I'm trying
No.
to come up with a good
It's so cheesy. No,
trying to come up with a
Josh,
good name
no.
for you,
If you
though.
start tagging,
hashtag Pitters.
if you start tagging that stuff,
Please make that trend.
no,
Hashtag Pitters.
I will find another thing to do.
Pitters.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Fuck.
You started this.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I said don't name fan bases.
I heard you say.
I don't even think we have a fan base.
I heard you say name our fan base.
No, I didn't.
That's what I heard.
I said don't name your fan base.
That I heard name it.
Well, I'm saying don't name it.
Well, it's too late. It's
No,
already been named.
no, it's not.
It's already been named.
No, it's not.
It's our pit.
That's what I think of as your fan base name.
God Almighty, I wish you quit doing that in this room. God,
I
stop.
hope that picks up.
I'm pretty sure it did. My neighbors probably heard that. He just like
That's right.
He
That's
just
why.
crapped his pants.
That's what I
is
think
he
about
did.
your Pitter name. Sounds like shitter.
Shitters. Yeah, no, it's Pitters.
That's
Pitters.
so gay.
So
I guess you did come out of the closet today.
no.
See that's somebody telling you. I think that's your wife telling you don't call it Pitters.
Yeah, my wife's probably like. You're a
But
moron."
yeah, so yeah, go check all our stuff out. And
Give us your money.
yeah,
Let us do our thing. Trent, you got anything else?
nope.
All right, Pitters. We'll see you next time.
I'm gonna edit that out. I'm editing that out.
You better not.
I will. I will. All right, guys. Peace out.